days after the Azeb patrol vanished. The desert had half buried their footprints, but the silence remained as though the dunes themselves were holding their breath. I brought 3 soldiers with me, men I trusted, men who knew the desert's moods. The Azeb survivors' ramblings gnawed at me. Hunger, teeth, something moving beneath the sand. I needed answers. We found the Azebs not far from the outpost, or what the desert hadn't claimed. Their bodies were dried, twisted, hollowed, as though the life had been sucked from them in a single breath. Their skin clung to bone like parchment, limbs bent at impossible angles. What did this? I had no answer, only dread. We approached to confirm identities. That's when the first one moved. A violent jerk of the limbs, followed by shuddering and twitching. The parasites inside the corpse surged, knitting ruined flesh together long enough for the thing to rise. Contact! Contact! 2 more Azeb bodies lurched upright in desperation. They didn't seem to think. They didn't speak. They simply attacked, driven by the writhing things that held them together. We fought hard. Blades struck dried flesh. The husks collapsed only when the parasites lost cohesion. But not before one of my men fell. He died quickly. A torn throat. Too much blood lost. We gathered around him in the settling dust, shaken by what we had just faced. Sir, those were our men. What keeps them moving? I did not answer, because I saw it first. The ruined body of one destroyed husk began to unravel. The parasites that had held it together spilled out. Thick, rope-like things, pale and glistening, moving with a terrible purpose. And they were heading toward our fallen comrade. The worms reached him quickly. They burrowed beneath his skin. His fingers twitched. His jaw clenched. His limbs stiffened as the parasites sought to claim him. The transformation had already begun. Sir, he's moving. Get back. Get back! I gave the only order I could. Burn him. Burn them all. We doused the bodies in oil and set them alight. Flames roared across the sand. The parasites writhed and curled as they blackened. The husks collapsed into ash. My fallen soldier did not rise. The desert stank of smoke and ruin. And in that moment, a memory surfaced. Something I had not thought of since childhood. A story my mother told me when the desert winds howled against our tent. A tale meant to frighten children into obedience. Or so I had always believed. The bird in the desert. In the story, the bird was not a creature of feathers. It was a thing that lived beneath the sand. A thing that fed on the living. A thing that returned what it claimed. Twisted, hollow, and hungry. A warning from our ancestors, wrapped in a fable. I had laughed at it as a boy, but standing there, I realized the truth. Our ancestors had not been telling stories. They had been leaving warnings. Something in the desert was returning the dead to us, that fed on flesh, that hollowed men out and sent them back. I did not know its name. I did not want to. But I knew this. Whatever haunted the dunes was no tale for children. And it was waking. When I returned to the iron wall, I filed my report. I told them what I had seen, what I had burned, what I feared. They listened, and they acted. One was dispatched to the tunnels, a warrior whose faith and discipline could withstand horrors that would break lesser men. He would descend into the dark. He would seek the truth behind the old stories. And he would confront whatever the desert had returned to us.